Blue Origin successfully sends tourists to the edge of space, again, after a long hiatus. More on that in moments, but first, new research indicates the sun's magnetic field originates close to the surface and not deep within the star, according to findings published in the journal Nature. This upends decades of prevailing scientific thought that placed the field more than 130,000 miles below the surface of the sun. It also brings us closer to understanding the nature of the sun's magnetic field, which has been on scientists' minds since Galileo. The study, led by Northwestern University and a team of international researchers, suggests that the magnetic field actually generates 20,000 miles below the surface. This was discovered after the team ran a series of complex calculations on a NASA supercomputer. It's worth noting that these are just initial findings, and more research is required to confirm the data. The sun's magnetic field fluctuates in a cycle that lasts 11 years. During the strongest part of the cycle, powerful winds and sunspots form at the solar equator, along with plumes of material that cause the aurora borealis here on Earth. Previous theories that place the magnetic field deeper within the sun have had a difficult time connecting these various solar phenomena. Scientists hope that, given further study, they'll be able to use this theory to not only explain the creation of solar events, but more accurately predict when they will occur. Find the latest news and reviews on gadgets and more at Engadget.com. Blue Origin is back in the space tourism game. Jeff Bezos' space flight company successfully flew 6 paying customers to the edge of space and back this morning, breaking its nearly 2-year-long hiatus from crewed missions. This was Blue Origin's 7th trip with humans on board. The mission, a quick jaunt to cross the Kármán line, or the boundary of space about 62 miles above Earth, lifted off from the company's launch site 1 in West Texas shortly after 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. The 6 people inside the New Shepard crew capsule included 90-year-old Ed Dwight, a former Air Force captain who was the first black astronaut candidate when he was picked for the training program in 1961. He went through training but ultimately wasn't selected for NASA's astronaut corps and never made it to space until now. Also on board were Mason Angel, Sylvain Chiron, Kenneth L. Hess, Carol Schaller, and Gopi Totakura. They were briefly able to unbuckle their seatbelts and experience zero gravity. The crew safely landed back on the ground about 10 minutes after launch. One of the capsule's 3 parachutes didn't properly deploy on the return trip, but this doesn't pose any problem for its touchdown thanks to the redundancies in the system that account for exactly that type of situation. This was also the 25th mission for a New Shepard rocket. It last flew a crew in August 2022, but suffered a structural failure in its engine nozzle the following month during the launch of a payload mission and didn't fly again at all until December 2023. It returned to flight then with another payload mission, making today's launch its first with human passengers in almost 2 years. Thanks for listening to the show. Make sure to rate, review, and subscribe on Apple Podcasts. Today's show featured journalism by Engadget contributors Cheyenne McDonald and Lawrence Bonk and was produced by Spoken Layer. I'm Imran Sheikh, and as always, we'll talk more tomorrow.
Spoken Layer.